Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is part 3 of the travel pod. The interior is done and I'm getting ready to button it up. And I'll explain what I've done and tell you what colors that I've used. I guess we'll start with the colors. The main color for the walls is this Vallejo Model Air Orange Rust. No, I'm sorry. Forget that. The main color for the walls was this orange brown. I did the pads. I did like these pads here. This pad, you know, the pads. I did that in the orange rust. The decals, I can't see anything from the view screen on my camera here. Alright, the decals are on very thin sheet styrene, and then I cut them out and just applied them to the outside. The benches and these pads here are flocked with this stuff here, and it's called Cat Silk Burgundy, and I got this off of Etsy. And the pads and the cutouts for the lights, I actually printed these out on my 3D printer, and I bent in, or I angled in the lights a little bit more so to make it look a bit more screen accurate. But I didn't mess with the computer terminals back here. I didn't cut them back. I kind of like how they are, so I just left them alone. The floor is in a to me a sky gray. The ceiling is done in this somber gray. The figures, the flesh tone is a flat flesh. Kirk's hair is done in this NATO brown, and Scotty's hair is just black with some gray highlights in it, and just little ancillary colors to bring out the details and some of the stuff on their uniforms. I also got the decal, and you can't really see it, but there's a decal underneath here. Of course, you can see that it's backlit with the it'll be backlit, and it's got that real thin styrene sheet that I used. Now the window openings are white, and it comes with the model. It's is on this sheet here, and these were the two cutouts for the windows in the back. Now what I actually did was I actually cut them down to where I can actually slide them back behind here in this opening, so that way they're flush up against it. Now the LED lights I'm going to put in will be on the outside here. That's where I'm going to stick the LED lights on. And I've tested it already, and it gives it a nice glow throughout. You don't really see any hot spots whatsoever. Let's see what else. Once I get this buttoned up, and then I can be able to put it inside the main body shell, and I'm leaving, that's some dog hair, and I'm leaving the interior of this black because I don't want the light to bounce around a whole lot, because you got lights coming out here all the way across there, you know, and there's a red piece that goes here, then there's some clear red on this side and clear green on this side, or is it Well, you know, it's one side's red, one side's green. Excuse me, and I'll get that figured out before I put them all in there. I did get the lighting kit with this. I think I said that and I mentioned that in another video. Let's see what else. Oh, I did do in between the was supposed to be the padding here. I did do that in white, and I masked it off. Once I painted them white, I masked them off, and then I did the padding here on each side. I got my reference material from a website called Trekcore, and it's got screen caps of all the movies and everything else. And I pulled my references from the motion picture DVD from Director's Cut. I believe it was released in 2002. And I know some guys have painted like the benches and these pieces up in here like a brownish red or whatever. To me, on the thing, it looked purple or it looked burgundy, and so like I said, I eventually found burgundy flock and I flocked it. It gives it a little bit more, I think it gives it a lot more depth to this piece here, and I think it came out great. Of course, flocking is a pain in the butt. This stuff gets everywhere if you don't have it in a container. Luckily for me, I did do all of it in a container. But what I ended up doing is I did flock these. When I printed them out, I actually did flock these out. Although I didn't put them in, I flocked them first and I stuck them in. But I had to make sure that these pads here were flat, and when I clamped down on them, it made a lot of flat spots. So what I ended up doing was going in and putting some more glue down and then reflocking it, which wasn't so big. It wasn't as big a deal as what I thought it was going to be. I made a mistake whenever I printed them out all the way back, and they interfere with the computer panels back there, so I had to cut them, and I had to just chip it out, and I ended up having to use 2 pieces of sheet styrene, and that's what's on this side. You can see the indent there, and this one here I didn't put the indent in. This one here I didn't cut off, I just cut off down here at the bottom where the computer would hit it, so now they all fit fine, and the pad and this burgundy pad goes all the way back to the end of the shuttle. So this is just a quick update before I button it up. That's the next step I'm going to do, is get it buttoned up, and then we'll start on the lighting. And once we get that done, then we'll get the exterior of this big old thing here put together. Now what I'm going to do is, I ended up buying me a Cricut machine. I think it's a Cricut Explorer 3. I haven't even set it up or even messed with it yet. But what I want to do is, for these raised areas here, I want to make masks for. And I'm going to paint them first, and then put the mask on, and then go back through with the main color. I'm going to paint these a combination of the hull is the main hull. The main hull color is going to be this insignia white. That's what the main hull color is going to be. And I have a spray can of this, so I think I got 2 now. The panels, the raised panels, is going to be a combination of this racing white from Tamiya and this aged white from Model Master, and this one here is acrylic. This you can't find anymore, so you have to go with a different aged white. I have a ton of Model Master paints. I have acrylics and enamel still, which I'm glad I have. But I've really come to love the Tamiya paints and the Vallejo paints. I use them more frequently now than any other paint. And the flat coat it's all been flat coated, and it's done with a Tamiya flat coat. It's in a spray can. It's a TS80. I've looked online, and I have looked, you know, I've gone and shopped at my local hobby shop, and it's $10 or more just for that little can of spray, for that little can of clear coat. And I'm trying to find an alternative. The Rust-Oleum I don't really care for anymore. It still leaves a sheen, and I'm not crazy about that. So what I ended up doing was a website called HobbyLink sells the Tamiya clear, flat clear in a liquid, and it's $2.50 a bottle. So I got 6 bottles for $15. I'm gonna try that, and I've got a few airbrushes now to where I'm just gonna make one airbrush dedicated just for spraying clears, and then I'll use the rest of them for my colors and whatnot. So that's it for now, guys. It's been a little over 10 minutes, I think. I'll get this video up eventually here. Oh, and I laid the decals down. I didn't use regular glue. I used this GS Hypo cement, and I'm going to use this on the big screen here. Now I've already put I've test fitted the glass in here, and it doesn't fit quite right, but I think if you heat it up just a little bit at a time and then contour it, because then it'll be alright. And that GS Hypo will dry clear, and it will not craze the clear plastic on it. And I learned about this cement from everybody's good friend Chris Cortell, and so if you're looking for a cement that will dry clear and it will not leave a haze on your plastic parts, try GS Hypo. And it comes with this, well, this is all gummed up now, but it comes with that tiny applicator, and it's got a really tiny needle at the end of it, and you just put it back in there once you're done. Let's see if I can't get it back in there. There we go. I just gotta clean it out. Alright, guys, that's it for now. As always, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, concerns, or just want to say hi, just drop me a comment. And until next time, guys, I'll be safe.